So I'm here in Melbourne, Australia. This is another edition of Wrestling Reverb. I apologize for the lack of intro and outro. I only have my phone. I genuinely went to pack my equipment and just completely packed them in another area of in another thing in my house, and I didn't end up bringing it. So this is what we have to deal with. I can only go so far on my phone and stuff like that. So I apologize for the length of this podcast, but I thought I need to do this now. I don't want to do this later in the week. I need to do this while my kind of my hype is still there. Last night, of course, I attended WWE Super Show-Down, live on the WWE Network, first ever, all the deal. There was 70,000 people there. I was glad to be one of them. The atmosphere was just undeniable. It was an energy I've never felt before. It was just something I'll never ever forget. It truly was. It felt so surreal. I didn't, like I said, in my little hype I had in that bonus episode this week, I didn't really digest it. It didn't hit me until I walked in, sat down in my seat, and I saw the stage, I saw the ring, and that's when I started to be like, this is really happening. I'm really going to a pay-per-view or a network event, whatever you want to call it. But I just got to talk about a few things just to get this out to the world. Before I start anything with that, though, this week is going to be, because I'm away until Thursday, I'm not going to be able to really watch SmackDown and Raw this week live. I'm not going to be able to really take it in. They're going to be watched on my phone. So probably not too much wrestling talk from me this week in regards to everything, just because it's just a bit hard to sit there and really take in wrestling, especially when I've just seen this. I've sat in it. It's just night and day difference. So, there was nothing bad on that show. Well, it's different when you're sitting there. Everything's kind of a different level. But I actually rewatched Super Show-Down this morning on the network just to see if the crowd came across the way where I was sitting and stuff like that, and it definitely did. I think this might be the first of what I hope is the first of many these kind of events in Australia, because we've waited for a long time for this kind of stuff. You could hear it. A lot of people I seen on Twitter, like American-wise, were complaining about the time and stuff like that. It's like, this is what the rest of the world has to do with. It makes WWE look like more like a global company when they do stuff like this. So I think this is going to be a semi-basis kind of thing. So that's good for us. So obviously there's a few things I need to talk about, and just like my take on reactions and stuff like that, because where I was sitting, it came across well, but just little things might have not have happened. Obviously the moment and the match of the whole night was the Cruiserweight Championship match between Buddy Murphy and Cedric Alexander. Obviously hometown boy, Buddy Murphy. We were so behind Buddy. We wanted this. When he kicked out of that lumbar check, that place went bananas. Like, if there was a roof on the MCG, it would have came off because it was just crazy. When the referee's hand went down for 3, we just went nuts. It was just an energy I've never ever... That was the peak of the energy for the night, at least for me. It felt like for most of us, it was just so incredible. Seeing the Iconics was incredible. They got a huge reaction. It was just... It's so hard to put into words what this night felt like. The Iconics and Buddy Murphy getting the wins was great for us, because we don't get to see these guys very often, so it was very hometown feel. A few little notes. The Bella Twins got so booed. I don't know how. I listened to it on the network, and you could tell, but I just need to state, they got heavily booed, at least in the section I was in. There was not a lot of cheers for those girls. Obviously, they planned a few little seats for Nikki and Ronda. I think the turn happens on Raw this week. We're in Chicago this week, so it's probably the perfect place to do it. They will not like the Bellas, and they'll love Ronda Rousey. So there was just a few little things. Nikki grabbed the title instead of Ronda's hand when they were celebrating at the end. I think the Bellas are going to turn on Ronda this week, so look for that. It's probably the perfect time with this reaction they're getting. Who else? I can just trying to think back. Obviously, Taker and Triple H was amazing to see live. I thought that match was a little bit overbooked. There was just a lot going on, but it needed its distractions, so I see why they did it. It was cool. We're building that tag match at Crown Jewel. I personally don't want Shawn Michaels to come out of retirement. I just think it was the perfect ending, but it's happening, and I'll still be one of those people thinking it's still cool to see it, even if I don't necessarily agree with it. New Day were real loved. They were fun to see live. Cesaro and Sheamus were fun to see live. That match was a little underwhelming, but it was still good. Elias and Kevin Owens was great. Elias trying to get on our bad side, and it didn't really work in my section. We hated we just loved what he was talking about. So it was fun to see him. Kevin Owens was great. It's always fun to see John Cena. The Shield was fun. That match, out of everything, I don't know why, it just seemed like that. I picked that 6-man tag for my kind of I was still watching, but I was just a little bit, I don't know the word, a lack of a better term, disinterested. I was just kind of a bit distracted with things, and I think it was my cooldown. I love the 6-woman tag. That was fun. Charlotte and Becky was great. Becky is another level of over. Charlotte got heavily booed from where I was sitting. So that was fun to see. Becky she took the loss but kept the title, so that was good. They're building towards Evolution, which, as everyone knows, I'm very excited about Evolution. So, yeah, everything was just so fun. And it was just magical to be in that arena for all of it. Bryan and Miz was awkward. I don't know what the kind of deal is there, but it was awkward to watch. I didn't know the ending happened until I was like, oh, okay. It was just weird. I think we get a fatal 4-way at Crown Jewel with Joe, Miz, Bryan, Styles, but I'm happy with Bryan versus Styles. What else was kind of cool to see? I love the riots. They were fun. Braun was fun to see. There was just so much. It's hard to, I know it seems like I'm just kind of just stating a few, but it's so hard to describe the feeling of that. I've never been in a stadium like that before. I just think it's something that WWE is going to do more, international stuff, not just Australia, but the UK, just everywhere. They're just going to go, obviously, Saudi Arabia and stuff like that. So, it was just fun. It was just, I got emotional at the start. I was like, this is actually happening. Like, oh my God. Like, and watching it back on the network is so fun because you miss little things. Because, I mean, my seats were a little far back, but they were in, mid-range, and I could see things, but I couldn't see it all, obviously. So yeah, it was just a really fun night. I can't really describe any more than that, in just the sense of seeing what I seen and just in awe of it all. Like, WWE is second to none with their production. There was pyro, there was, all the little things, and it was just such a fun night. And I just, it was, like, personally for me, everyone knows my passion and my drive that I have for pro wrestling and WWE. It was the most special night of my life. I'll never recreate that feeling, for my first time. Like, even if it was to come back next year, I'd definitely go. There's no question about it. I would be going. But that feeling, just, I can't recreate ever again. The first time, and it was just a magical night for me. And I don't even know. I don't even know how I'd ever. There's no other way in my life I could get that atmosphere and that energy than being there. It was so good. It was just so good. I'm gonna watch Super Showdown probably again and again and again this week, especially as I head home Thursday. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I go home Thursday. Once I get home, it's gonna be Super Showdown and WWE 2K19 because I can't wait to play that either. But yeah, sorry about the length of this. I want to talk more, I just can't. I'm on my phone, so you can only go so far with length and stuff like that. But it's just a I don't know. That will always be one of my favorite shows now, even if it's not the greatest thing ever. I'm sure it'd be a different atmosphere if I was just watching it and not there. But I'm going to be completely biased and just say it was. But it was just so fun, and I just truly felt a part of something new and fresh. And it was just great seeing everything. There's nothing I can say that will capture what I felt. But I just wanted to get on here, get my bit out, keep you guys updated on how it was and stuff like that. And yeah, what a great time. And yeah, apologies again for no intro, no outro. But this has been Wrestling Reverb. I'll probably catch you. It'll probably be another week or so before I get another episode out when I'm home and back to my routine. Give me a couple days to rest at home. But yeah, I'm a truly magical night. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.